Call or click and see how easy it is to schedule your windshield replacement today.
I'm Rob Eastwood here on the WHKY News. Let's take a look back now at some of the top crime stories we had for you during the week of September 22nd through the 26th.
A man was arrested after reportedly exposing himself on school grounds. 30-year-old Emmanuel James Sadler was arrested Saturday by Taylorsville police officers. He's charged with possessing a weapon on educational property, indecent exposure, simple assault, assault on a government official, and resisting a public officer. Saturday at approximately 1 a.m., an Alexander County Sheriff's deputy found a man lying in the roadway in front of the CVCC campus in Taylorsville. The deputy reported that the individual was acting erratically and was in possession of a knife. Taylorsville police officers responded to assist and identified the man as Emmanuel Sadler. While officers attempted to conduct a search, the man allegedly pulled his pants down and exposed himself on school property. He was taken into custody. During the booking process at the Alexander County Detention Center, Sadler allegedly threw a cup of water at an officer and another detainee. He was incarcerated in the Alexander County Detention Center under $15,000 secured bond. A court date is scheduled for October 27th. Reporting for WHKY, I'm Ariana Mack. 35-year-old Thomas Matthew Presnell was arrested Saturday by Boone police officers. He's charged with discharging a firearm into an occupied vehicle, assault with a deadly weapon with intent to kill, assault by pointing a gun, and discharging a firearm within city limits. Saturday night, the Boone Police Department received a report of a male shooting into an occupied vehicle in the parking lot of the Circle K convenience store at 2969 Highway 105 South. Officers responded to the scene and detained Thomas Matthew Presnell. After an investigation, a handgun was recovered from the scene. Presnell was placed in jail without bond. He has a court date scheduled for December 22nd. There were no injuries reported as a result of this shooting. I'm Ariana Mack reporting for WHKY News. 44-year-old Colby Michael Klein of Newton will serve 6 to 8 years in prison following his conviction for trafficking methamphetamine during Catawba County Superior Court on Friday. The Honorable Jacqueline Grant, Superior Court judge from Buncombe County, imposed terms of the active sentence after Klein entered the guilty plea. In addition, he was assessed a mandatory fine of $500,000. Officers from Hickory Police Department responded to a convenience store on February 5th to address a report of an individual with an outstanding warrant. Upon arrival, they located Klein in a vehicle and made contact with him. During the encounter, they saw a black pouch with clear plastic bags inside that appeared to contain a crystalline substance similar to methamphetamine. The bags were confiscated and Klein was taken into custody. Testing by the state crime lab confirmed the substance to be a trafficking amount of methamphetamine. Carlos de los Santos was the lead investigator for Hickory Police Department. Assistant District Attorney Jonathan Greer prosecuted the matter for the state with aid from legal assistant Stacy London. Reporting for WHKY, I'm Ariana Mack.
A Catawba County man was sentenced to more than a decade in federal prison in a drug and gun case. 54-year-old Mark Robert Urey of Catawba was sentenced today to 11 years in prison, followed by 5 years of supervised release for trafficking methamphetamine and illegal gun possession. According to filed documents and the court hearing in April of 2021, Urey was convicted of attempted trafficking methamphetamine in North Carolina and was sentenced to prison. After serving a prison term, Urey was released on state probation. Court records show that on March 12th of 2023, members of North Carolina Probation and Parole, with the assistance of the Catawba County Sheriff's Office, conducted a search of the defendant's premises. During the search, they found over 1.5 kilograms of methamphetamine and more than 47 grams of cocaine. Officers also found a loaded Taurus .38 caliber pistol, ammunition, more than $2,100 in U.S. currency, multiple sets of scales, and other drug paraphernalia. Uri was still on probation at the time. On March 12th of this year, Uri pleaded guilty to possession with intent to distribute methamphetamine and possession of a firearm by a felon. A man faces charges filed following a license checkpoint. 43-year-old Charlie Franklin Jones of Statesville was arrested by Iredell County Sheriff's officers. He's charged with felony counts of possession with intent to manufacture, sell, or deliver methamphetamine and maintaining a vehicle for controlled substance, along with misdemeanor counts of possession of drug paraphernalia and open container of alcohol violation. On September 16th at around 11 p.m., officers were conducting a license checkpoint on Old Moxville Road at Chief Thomas Road. During the checkpoint, a Kia Sorento driven by Charlie Franklin Jones pulled up to deputies. An open container of alcohol was immediately spotted in the vehicle. Jones was asked to step out, and upon doing so, deputies discovered crystal methamphetamine in his pocket. Jones reportedly admitted to having multiple additional bags of meth in the vehicle. Deputies seized all illegal substances and Jones was taken into custody. He was transported to the Iredell County Detention Center under a $25,000 secured bond. A district court date is set for October 7th. U.S. Attorney Russ Ferguson announced that 22-year-old Nate Eli Kurzak of Hickory was sentenced to 84 months in prison on Tuesday for possession of child sexual abuse material. In addition to the prison term imposed, Kurzak was ordered to serve 20 years of supervised release, to register as a sex offender after he is released from prison, and pay $22,000 in special assessments. Chief Reed Baer of the Hickory Police Department was among those joining U.S. Attorney Ferguson in making the announcement. According to court records, in August of 2023, law enforcement received information that an individual, later identified as Kurzak, was using a cloud-based file hosting site to upload suspected sexual abuse material. Officers with the Hickory Police Department executed a search warrant at Kurzak's residence, seizing a computer, a cell phone, and other electronic devices. Law enforcement also interviewed Kurzak, who admitted to having and accessing the material. A forensic examination of the seized devices revealed that Kurzak possessed over 2,000 videos and 600 images of sexual abuse material, some of which depicted prepubescent minors being sexually abused. The forensic analysis further revealed evidence that Kurzak distributed the material to other individuals online. At the time of his arrest, Kurzak was a firefighter with the Hickory Fire Department. He pleaded guilty to one count of possession and access with intent to distribute child pornography.
41-year-old Crystal Lynn Newton of Morganton was arrested Tuesday by Caldwell County Sheriff's officers. Newton was charged with 2 counts of trafficking fentanyl and 2 counts of trafficking methamphetamine. She's also charged with parole violation. Narcotics agents with the Caldwell County Sheriff's Unit and Burke County Sheriff's Office observed a known wanted person inside of a vehicle at a local fast food eatery. Crystal Lynn Newton was arrested on an outstanding warrant for a parole violation. During the arrest, Newton was found in possession of approximately 62 grams of methamphetamine and 33 grams of fentanyl. She was placed in the Caldwell County Detention Center under a $150,000 secured bond. The total narcotics seized in the investigation have a street value of $15,900, according to North Carolina state drug guidelines. No court date was listed. For more from the Crime Report, visit WHKY.com. I'm Ariana Mack.
A man is charged with crashing into his ex-girlfriend's vehicle. 25-year-old Caleb Dwayne Rutherford of Morganton was arrested Tuesday by Morganton public safety officers. He's charged with assault with a deadly weapon, misdemeanor crime of domestic violence, damage to property, and traffic violations, including reckless driving to endanger. Tuesday at approximately 7:15 p.m., officers responded to a report of a motor vehicle collision in the parking lot of Rose's Discount Store on East Fleming Drive. Upon arrival, officers found the 2 vehicles involved in the incident. During the investigation, one of the drivers reported she had been assaulted when her ex-boyfriend intentionally struck her vehicle with his during an argument. Following further investigation, officers arrested Rutherford. He was not initially granted bond due to the domestic nature of the charges. A court date is scheduled for November 21st.
A Lenoir man is charged with drug trafficking. 54-year-old Davian Chavez Corpenin of Broadway Street in Lenoir was arrested Tuesday by Lenoir police officers. He's charged with felony counts of trafficking in methamphetamine, traffic in heroin or opium, and maintaining a vehicle or dwelling for controlled substance. Corpenin is also charged with misdemeanor resisting a public officer. Corpenin was incarcerated in the Caldwell County Detention Center under $350,000 secured bond. A district court appearance is scheduled for October 21st. Also, a Wilmington man has been charged with soliciting a child in Catawba County. 59-year-old George Riston Payne of Wilmington, North Carolina, was arrested Wednesday by Catawba County Sheriff's officers. He's charged with soliciting a child by computer and felony disseminate obscenity. Payne was incarcerated in the Catawba County Detention Facility under $200,000 bond. A district court date was scheduled for September 25th. And a Hickory woman charged with a break-in. 31-year-old Miranda Nicole Mullins of 15th Avenue Northwest in Hickory was arrested Wednesday. She's charged by Hickory Police with felony breaking and entering and by the Catawba County Sheriff's Office with non-support of a child. Mullins was incarcerated in the Catawba County Detention Facility under $4,000 bond. District court dates were scheduled for Wednesday and October 2nd. Much more from the Crime Report at WHKY.com. I'm Ariana Mack.
A Hickory man will spend 7 to 10 years in prison for property crimes and his admission of habitual felon status. 66-year-old Harold Dean Knupp was given the active prison term during Catawba County Superior Court Wednesday. Knupp entered a guilty plea to the charges of felony larceny, attempted felony larceny, and habitual larceny, along with admission of habitual felon status during the August 4th session of court in Catawba County. 3 weeks after entering the guilty plea on that date, he also had another habitual larceny charge that he pleaded to Wednesday to receive final judgment on all matters. The length of his sentence was enhanced by prior felony convictions in 1995, 2007, 2019, and 2024 in Burke and Catawba counties. In October of 2023, a report of a stolen lawnmower was investigated. Knupp was seen on video surveillance being dropped off at a business and taking a mower off a trailer. He was identified as the driver. In June of last year, the defendant was stopped by officers as he rode a lawnmower along US 70 in Hickory. Further investigation showed he had stolen the mower and later tried to sell it through his jail account while in custody. In December of 2024, Knupp took food items and a generator through the self-checkout at a business. He paid for the food but not the generator and was stopped by loss prevention officers. The acts were captured on video. In August of 2025, the defendant stole a leaf blower from a work truck. The incident was captured on video with Knupp clearly visible. He was also wearing an ankle monitor while serving probation at the time of the theft.
A Granite Falls man has been charged with indecent liberties. 62-year-old Kenneth Scott Hass of Ike Starnes Road in Granite Falls was arrested Thursday by Caldwell County Sheriff's officers. He's charged with felony indecent liberties with a child. Hass was jailed in the Caldwell County Detention Center under $100,000 secured bond. A Superior Court date is scheduled for November 3rd. Also, a Newton man charged with solicitation, sexual exploitation. 56-year-old William Patrick Abernathy of South College Avenue in Newton was arrested Thursday by Catawba County Sheriff's officers. He's charged with soliciting a child by a computer, second-degree sexual exploitation of a minor, and third-degree sexual exploitation of a minor. Abernathy was incarcerated in the Catawba County Detention Facility under $350,000 bond. A district court date was scheduled for September 26th. And a Lenore man charged on a fugitive warrant, 24-year-old Xavier Marquise Rowan of Clark's Chapel Road in Lenore, was arrested Thursday by Caldwell County Sheriff's officers. He's charged on a felony fugitive warrant. The warrant is from Florida and the charges are not specified. Rowan was jailed in the Caldwell County Detention Center under $15,000 secured bond. He was scheduled to appear in district court Thursday. For more from the Crime Report, visit WHKY.com. I'm Ariana Mack.
22-year-old Jose Yanez arrested Friday back on September 19th by the Taylorsville Police Department. Yanez is charged with possession of methamphetamine, possession of drug paraphernalia, and driving impaired along with highway violations. This happened on September 19th, Friday, approximately 11:45 p.m. A Taylorsville police officer saw a vehicle traveling erratically on North Carolina Highway 90 eastbound after turning off Boston Road. The driver fluctuated in speed 30 to 50 miles an hour, failed to maintain control, and making sudden movements before turning onto Lewis Road. After police checked the registration, revealed the owner, identified as Yanez, had an inactive license. When officers made contact with Yanez, they spotted an open container of alcohol and methamphetamine pipe with some burn marks and drug residue. Yanez read his Miranda rights and reportedly admitted to both drinking alcohol and using meth earlier that day. The North Carolina State Highway Patrol was requested to the scene and conducted a DWI investigation. Yanez was transported to the Alexander County Detention Center, where a magistrate found probable cause for the charges. Due to a prior release order, he was held without bond and given a court date of September 22nd.
A Hickory woman faces drug and firearm charges. 33-year-old Tesla Dawn Lynn of 11th Street Northwest was arrested by Hickory police officers. She's charged with felony possession of Schedule II controlled substance, possession of a firearm by a felon, and failure to wear a seatbelt in the rear seat. Those charges in Catawba County. Lynn is also charged with resisting a public officer in Iredell County. Following the Thursday arrest, she was incarcerated in the Catawba County Detention Facility under $43,000 bond. District court dates are set for October 1st and October 20th. This has been our weekly review of some of the crime stories we had for you during the week of September 22nd through the 26th. The weekly summary is posted every Saturday on the WHKY YouTube channel, along with our top stories, the crime report, local sports, and community focus, along with each day's full news broadcast. I'm Rob Eastwood, and thank you so much for watching the WHKY News.